Hey friends, how's it going? My name's Miriam and I'm a poet, amongst other things, and I'm sitting in an armchair, hence the armchair poet. Now I wanted to share with you a piece today that was written as a reflection on a trip that I took before all of the pandemic and lockdown and quarantine and flight prices going through the roof, and before all of that happened, and when all of this was really hard to imagine. I know a lot of people have been planning future trips as a way of kind of processing and dreaming of the future, and I've been finding myself thinking about the future but also reminiscing of this particular trip. So I'd like to share with you this piece, called Treasure Hunt, and it goes like this. I went on a treasure hunt the other day. I think you should too. With a map made of history and stitched together memories, I set out into the dusty past. And it was different to what I remembered, but not all of it was changed. So much was the same, too. Sunsets were just as orange. That wasn't imaginary. And neither was the dust on everything. So much dust, covering every building, road, freeway, sidewalk, brown with the icing of a desert-birthed dust. And for some reason I had forgotten that, and the beauty in it too. Which was strange. I knew beauty was here, but when we left, it was no longer familiar, warm or safe, just a stranger, and strange dust is just dirt, which is matter out of place. So I didn't think it was beautiful when we left. But this time around, for some reason matter was, well, dusty, but in its right place after all, and therefore not really dirty at all, just a sneezy backdrop, canvas to the life which stood out brighter than ever against the brown. Colour and light and vibrancy and fight, never-ending, inundating, simultaneously strange and lovely, desert-gifted, cigarette-scented, stubborn and glorious brown. The smells too, we can't capture those in photographs, and I'd forgotten most of them, but they came straight away back. It rained, and I had forgotten it could rain like that, with big, warm droplets drenching earth and going nowhere, because the road didn't know how to quench its thirst, and the soil hardly knew how to drink. But that smell, wet dust, warm rain, life comes again and again and again. And the noises, conversation and laughter, argument and drama, soulful music, pipe music, drum beats, car horns and mosque calls, both spooky and sweet, stretching out across the skyline, the musical backdrop to the dance of the sunset pigeons. You see, I had hardly known what I was getting when I got that tattoo of pigeons circling on my ankle, but when I followed this treasure map, I finally found out what it was I was drawing. Not just pigeons, see, but hudhuds too, or hoopos. Who? Remember those funny noises out in the fields, and such a familiar sound, but I hadn't heard it in so long I thought it was all imagined. Turns out they were real all along. So feathered, crested, nomadic and proud. Even distance was the same but different. Every road took longer than planned, that was all as I'd imagined, but some distances were so much shorter too. The walk that was much too long for little me was just a step down the road, I now see. Big Miriam walked that street unafraid in brave feet, reassuring little Miriam that there was nothing to dread. Turns out it was just another way home to bed. There were flavours too. I'd remembered the comfort, but not the taste, the warmth, the guilt-tripped indigestion, the dense sense of love-guilt baked in ghee. I went on a treasure hunt. I think you should too. You might be surprised what you'll taste and see. I've no idea what you'll find. Your memories might cross over mine, but our worlds were so different even when side by side, so you may find a completely different treasure. But I've got the map if you want it. Stitched together from photos, stories, memories, songs and flavours, scents, dreams and emotions. Yours will be different to mine, of course, but I think the colour will be the same. Dust brown, with a scent like warm rain, wet dust, and new life that comes again. New life that comes again. And that's the end. I hope you enjoyed that piece, and I hope that as you think about the future, as you are dreaming of your future trips, as you're perhaps reminiscing like me of your previous ones, that you are finding things to bring you joy and contentment in the present day as well, which I know is sometimes a hard task, but a good one. Now, whatever it is that you're doing, as you are dreaming of the future, the past, or thinking of the present, I hope that you know that you are fully seen and fully known and fully loved. And I'll chat to you next time.